From the Pod 617 studios in Westwood, Massachusetts, it's the Josh JP Philosophy. Now, here are your hosts, Josh Cohen and JP Plunkett. Josh and JP's guest today, Matt Hasselbeck, former NFL QB and current TV legend.
Thank you, Dave, and welcome to Matt. We're actually here in the studio in Westwood, Massachusetts.
Hey, Westwood.
Not far from where Matt started on the gridiron for Severian Brothers before his Boston College and NFL career, and now TV stardom, as Dave mentioned. But I'd like to thank Matt for being with us this morning very much. And the first question I'd like to ask him is, how does it feel to be, in my opinion anyways, the fifth best athlete in a family of five?
Well, I'm used to it. You know, when you mentioned Zavarian over on Clapboard Tree Street, but every time my name was mentioned in the Boston Globe when I was in high school, it would say Matt, son of former Patriot Don Hasselbeck. You know, like that's kind of how I got introduced, to the point that all my friends and classmates made fun of me that way. But recently, I think maybe 2 years ago, I went into the BC Hall of Fame at Boston College. And normally that would be quite an accomplishment. Your family would be proud of you. My kids said, well, so what? That's 16 years after mom went in. That's not a big deal. So yeah, that's how it is in my house.
That's fantastic. And you've got some more BC pedigree coming up in the Hasselbeck family?
Yeah, we didn't plan it. You know, we let our kids pick where they wanted to go to college. And my two oldest are both girls. They're both really good athletes, multiple sports they play, but college lacrosse is kind of what chose them back. And I've got one daughter who will be a freshman this year playing lacrosse at BC. And then I've got another daughter who's committed and will be there a year after that.
That's a blast. I actually brought my daughter to one of their games, one of the BC games. They played at Virginia last spring, and what an atmosphere and what talents.
Yeah, we were at the Final Four. Kenzie Kent went to high school at Thayer with their uncle and Jen Lally, who's now Jen Kennett's her daughter, but she was a superstar.
Yeah, so it's incredible lacrosse talent up here. So I grew up playing baseball. I mean, that was all I did was baseball, basketball, football. I didn't really know anybody that had lacrosse, but, you know, I was Roger Clemens and I was Wade Boggs and Jim Rice. And, you know, now it's just so funny that we're such a lacrosse family. You know, who would have ever thought?
Well, that's exciting. So wonderful stuff on the Boston College front for the Hasselbeck family. Along those same lines, it just dawned on me, do you, your dad, and your brother Tim have any rivalry of sorts with the Manning family, another troika of NFL multi-generation? Have you get out on the golf course or have any good-natured ribbing between those two families?
Well, we would be losing that rivalry. I mean, that's a very successful family. But my dad played for 4 NFL teams over his 9-year career. And in 1984, we were on the Minnesota Vikings. And the Vikings were a pretty terrible team that year. We had just won the Super Bowl with the LA Raiders in '83. So, you know, we were coming off this high of being on the Raiders. Then we go to the Vikings, and we're not a very good team, but we had so much fun. We loved living there. But one of the reasons I think we had so much fun is the third string quarterback was Archie Manning. His sons, Cooper Manning, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, you know, we were all there living together. We would play flag football, touch football, whatever, in the Vikings indoor bubble every day with the athletic trainers, the equipment guys, Jan Stenerud, the kicker, you know, the punter. It was wild. But I'll tell you this, I'm not in scouting, because back then I would have guaranteed you and I would have told you without a shadow of a doubt that Cooper Manning was the best Manning athlete and had the brightest future in football. That dude was a stud. So, but we had a blast, and those are sort of good memories. We didn't know it was a big deal at the time, but, you know, looking back is pretty ironic.